As industry grows and develops, the need for more intelligent and versatile security becomes more important. This is where LiDAR comes in. OPTEX were the first to adapt LiDAR technology for security purposes, giving customers a cutting-edge, versatile and more precise detection solution.
LiDAR stands for Light Detection and Ranging and is a remote sensing technology that emits laser beam light. Basically how it works is by emitting light in the area and receiving back the light, we can calculate the difference between time. So when we send and receiving, the difference between time is where we can calculate or distinguish the size and the exact location. Key feature of LiDAR is that it can recognize size, speed and distance of an object. And by the unique, intuitive user interface, we can improve your sight for more accuracy of an object that you would like to identify.
LiDAR is a really efficient solution for data centers. Units can be mounted horizontally. They can also be mounted vertically depending on the application. They're not affected by any light level changes, and they're also completely unaffected by any heat sources within the building. An example of horizontal applications would be above a suspended ceiling or below a floor void within a data center. You can also mount it vertically, covering down the face of the building or looking down the racks. We can also use the area allocation tool to set up different zones within that rack. We can also set up an area alongside that as a separate zone, which could be isolated if a maintenance team, for instance, needs to be able to work within that rack area.
In warehouses, our LiDAR can be used to protect the perimeter, the ceilings, the floors, the fascias, as well as the perimeter doors and roller shutters. The LiDAR can be used for asset protection to protect shelves. An operator can disarm a certain section of the shelf, remove the product while keeping the rest of the shelf armed. A great feature that the RedScan Pro has is dynamic event filtering. For example, a truck approaching a loading bay, if it didn't meet a certain criteria, would trigger an alarm.
LiDAR is a very flexible implementation for critical infrastructures and can be used almost everywhere. One of the main advantages is when you use it on vertical mode and you point it to the outside of the perimeter in parallel to the fence. That will allow a system that is permanently armed, that doesn't interfere at all with the activity inside of the facility, and will minimize the number of false alarms thanks to the rich menu that we have in order to make different configurations. When we install it horizontally, LiDAR can make a very fast and accurate reaction to targets that are moving in between occlusions. So even if we have some occlusions in the skin, as soon as the target is exposed to the LiDAR for a fraction of a second, the sensor will trigger the alarm. This will allow a full coverage of the facility as well as minimizing the number of sensors to be used.
LiDAR is a really efficient solution for rail applications and other transport applications as well. It's a security product, but can also be used for safety applications, particularly within the rail industry. So basically you can get a detection when somebody enters a restricted or dangerous area, and a particularly good example of this would be level crossings. For example, in the event of a vehicle or a person getting stuck on a crossing when there's a train approaching, we can create an alarm activation through to the signaller, so the signaller can then actually stop that train and prevent an accident. Another application that LiDAR can be used on is tunnels. With the advanced filtering and analytics that we have within the LiDAR product, we can give an activation when a human being goes walking into a tunnel, but completely ignore any trains, even if they're going through simultaneously. One application that people possibly don't think about is using the LiDAR detection for rockfall on railway tracks. So what we can do here is with the LiDAR, we can actually protect the railway track itself. If there's an object on the track of a particular size that's going to cause an issue and possibly derail a train, we can create that alarm activation, again push it through to the signaller, so the signaller can then stop that train.
The Londoner is the first and only super boutique hotel in the world located in London's Leicester Square. It's an impressive building providing 5-star luxury accommodation and innovative curated experiences.
We came across LiDAR because it presented an opportunity for us to be able to provide the security that we needed and also allow natural operations to take place around it. So we could be really refined about how we use that and deployed that across these areas.
When the alarm is triggered by someone reaching over and breaking the beam, we receive an alert in the security control room. An officer is then deployed to the location. We can mirror that with CCTV to give further information to that officer attending. At the end of a shift, bar staff arm the LiDAR system by simply turning a key. This gives us the confidence knowing that our bars are secure.
LiDAR's been a great success for us in terms of its ease in which it integrates with our current security systems. It's a very simple process to install and set up, and it works really well for us operationally.